Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. I've got a interesting topic today. We're going to talk about gold and silver and their ability to go lower in price right now with the current market conditions. I'm also going to talk about the difference between holding physical and vaulting because I get a lot of questions and I see something happening, and do not take any of this as financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a dude with a bro hawk and a dream. But I see people doing a certain thing with the way they're buying precious metals, and I've learned a lot from past mistakes, and I want to share those mistakes with you because that's the most important thing that we could do is learn from other people's mistakes. You don't want to, if you can get to the point where you don't make any mistakes because you're constantly learning from other people that make mistakes, both people that just make mistakes all the time because they're not the brightest bulbs in the box, or the people that are wise and they don't repeat the same mistakes. You know, we all make mistakes, but we don't want to repeat the same mistakes. That's the difference between being wise and being dumb, quite frankly. A lot of people just don't have that talent of being able to stop themselves and go, well, wait a minute, let me think for a second. But anyway, sorry, I digress. Let's talk about metal. So first off, I'm going to have Johnny Bravo on later on this week, and he's going to do some charting for you and talk about the precious metals markets. Primarily, I believe we're going to talk about silver and its ability to move lower in price. And the reason why, first off, we're talking about the paper price because there's a big divergence right now between paper and physical because of the demand, the sheer demand on it. Now, premiums have come down off of their highs, but they are still quite elevated. And I'll give you an example. A 10-ounce bar right now, I was talking to my broker friend, and they've got a deal right now where they're selling 10-ounce bars for $3 per ounce over spot, right? In the last year and a half, that's a really good deal. I don't think I remember seeing that price lower. If you want to see, I'll throw a link below. But my point being is that it used to be much higher, right? And for the last 12 years that I've been investing in precious metals, I've never seen anything like this, and especially because of YouTube channels like Wall Street Silver that came out of Wall Street Bets because they literally got kicked out of Wall Street Bets. Whole nother video topic. But there's so much more knowledge and understanding of precious metals and how they play into the realm of the world's economies, what's going on right now with fiat currency. Well, with that being said, fiat currency, the US dollar, is getting a little strong. And when I say a little strong, I mean, we have the ability to see, like I've talked to other chartists, and they're saying we could see $1.07 on the DXY, which is a basket of currencies compared to the dollar, which means the dollar is just, again, strongest or best smelling turd in the punch bowl, right? As they all fall in value. We know the dollar is losing value because inflation is going up. So we know that's happening. But it just, when traders look at it and algo traders look at it, they go, oh, the dollar's getting strong, so let's buy dollars. Let's sell our bonds. Let's sell our, our stocks or whatever holdings we have right now, and let's buy that. And so what we have a problem with is it shows the paper markets show a little bit lower of a price. What I see is this. Here's the problem. People are diving in to precious metals at a fever pitch, and the ones that I'm concerned with are the people that are selling their retirements and buying precious metals. Now, you guys know that I have affiliate links, and as a matter of fact, this video is sponsored, and I'll say the sponsor now because I do this in life. I vault my precious metal, my gold, and the sponsor today is Vaulted. Vaulted is a company that has an online service and has a web app. An app on your phone. I'll link it below. And they have a deal set up with the Royal Canadian Mint. And what they do is they vault bars of gold. They're actually 99.99 pure gold kilo bars. And what they do is those are manufactured by the Royal Canadian Mint, and they're certified conflict-free, and they're vaulted, right? So what you're able to do is go in, open up an app, invest money. It buys a fraction of that gold bar, right? So you don't have to have the money to buy the entire gold bar, and you know that it's secured in a vault, and which is great. Now, this is the reason why I'm bringing up the sponsor today, is because, so I vault gold, but I vault it for a specific reason. I've talked about this, is because of liquidity. Some of my money, I want tied to gold and the gold price of what's going on in the world, but I need that liquidity if I need it back soon for other investments, all right? So for that purpose alone, I vault gold. Well, actually, that's not the only reason. The second reason is because you get to the point in life you want to be safe and you don't want to just, have a stash of gold at your house. That's just personally me, okay? I don't do that, all right? I know a lot of people say if you don't hold it, you don't own it, but banks and institutions around the world, especially companies like Brinks and these other vaulting companies, they don't go into the business to steal your gold, all right? The other thing that people throw off is this whole confiscation of gold. And what people need to realize is back when it was confiscated under FDR, just about everybody had gold. Just about everybody did. And so it was ripe for the pickings, right? Now, I think I've seen estimates around 0.1% of Americans or even people in the world have any gold or silver coins at all. That number is just staggering. As a matter of fact, you can say, with the COMEX and other banks around the world for about 100 years, they've been slowly grabbing it all, just taking it all. And so I don't feel personally, it's not financial advice, that that's a threat, okay? But what I see is people that are taking big chunks of their retirement and they're diving it into precious metals. And I'll give you an example. I did that myself and I was wrong. I took a large chunk of my my pension and I literally sunk it into precious metals, physical, and it was in silver, and it was when silver was $30. Now, when I bought that was on the run up, so it barely touched, when it hit its peak around right under $50, right? So at that point I was like, man, I'm a rock star. I won. I was right. And then it obviously fell. And for years it just kept going down until it bottomed around, I want to say, $14, right? Now, was I bummed that I didn't sell back at the top? Was I right at first? Yes, I was right at first, right? If you look at time. Was I bummed I didn't sell at the top? Absolutely, right? But now here's the thing. We always look at these tops and bottoms like, oh, I should have sold. Just like, I wish I would have waited to sell my theta, and would have made millions more 90 days later, right? And you always look at those things, you're like, oh, I was wrong. Now here's the thing. Ask me if I'm still secure and I'm okay with it. Still holding that silver at $30. Yes, it's okay. Why? Well, because after it dropped, I kept buying on the way down because I was buying based off of fundamentals. And a lot of people that I see are not buying based off fundamentals. They're buying off of either fear because they're afraid that the economy is going to collapse, which then turns into they're buying off of greed because they're going to take advantage and make all this money. And the problem is that you can never time the markets in the short term. And it always seems like when you need the money, it's not there, it's not accessible. And so that is something I want to caution you with. Now, at the same time, let me give you an example. I believe that you could see, again, not a financial advice, I'm not a pro. I'm an investor. So I'm investing based off of fundamentals. And do I believe that you could see silver at 16 and you could see gold at 1600? Yes, I do. Do I believe that you could see that in the next month or two? Yeah, I do believe that. Why? Because the exact same things that happened in 2008 are happening now. There's nothing new under the sun, guys. These cycles are totally predictable in the long term. You can't nail them down. It's like when I said gas was going to explode in price and food was going to explode in price this time last year, because they're predictable, but I can't give you a time frame, right? I just know that's the next cycle, right? So with precious metals, we're seeing the exact same thing as '08, where hedge funds, retail investors, mutual funds, all kinds of people are selling. They're liquidating their stocks as now they are afraid. And what they're doing is they're storing dollars, which creates a demand for dollars, and it pushes the perceived value up, right? And it pushes all of their assets down. It pushes yields down usually because people are buying bonds, right? Or they're turning around to they're selling stocks. They're pushing stocks down. It's pushing cryptocurrencies down. It's pushing precious metals down, right? And so what I did, like the other day, I bought some gold at, and I had it vaulted, and I bought it at, I want to say 1760 an ounce, right? It's lower than that right now, and I believe it's going to go to 16. And even when I bought it at 17, I bought some knowing it could go down to 16. Why? Because you never know when or if. So I'm layering in. And so that's one bit of advice is, layering in your purchases or your sells just because you never know, right? And let's say you do it. And like I bought that silver at $30 an ounce, I'm okay with it. I was okay with it at 50 and I didn't sell it because I thought it could go higher. Was I right? Nope. It came down, it hit that all-time high and it came down off of that, right? But then I bought a ton at like $14. And so now that $30 silver is not $30 silver anymore, because if you look at my dollar cost average, I'm in the green now. Okay, so that I want people to understand that. So I don't want people to race in and be bummed and stressed, because that's what, you know, speculators are losers. They usually are 9 times out of 10. And I want people to be investing with peace, you know, because they're based off of true fundamentals, okay? So I hope you guys got something out of this. I'm gonna put a link to the Vaulted app in the pinned comment section. It's in the description. And check them out. They've been in business for quite some time. And Dave McElvaney, I've had him on the show, really like his work. I've been following him for about 10 years. He runs the company. And so I really like that operation. All right, guys, that being said, I thank you so much for watching. With that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.